I'm going to try to do it with the back camera this time instead of the front camera, so that we get a little bit better video quality and things aren't reversed. Let me go check my tablet to make sure I'm in frame. Why am I getting an echo? Where's that echo coming from? Did it come from you? Okay. I'm here. Go this way a little bit, maybe. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, anybody in chat yet? I should have chat pulled up here on my tablet. How you guys doing? Hope everyone's doing well. If someone could tell me if my microphone was miking through this thing instead of the mic on the camera, that would be appreciated. But we'll wait for people to get in here. Let me go grab one more box and then I'll do my introduction. So hold on. One more box. We'll put this behind us here. And I'll move my backpack out of the way. A few more people coming in. All right, so I know that I am not a 3D printing channel and I never will be, but I did buy a 3D printer and this is, I suppose, the YouTuber thing to do. Now, I am not sponsored by Bambu. I do not have an affiliate account. And to prove that, I will say I would have preferred to buy one of the Prusa printers, one of their new Core 1s. I think it's a better printer. But one, it's a lot more expensive, and two, it wasn't going to get here for like 3 months, and I need this for a project like now. So I bought the P1S because it is a good deal. I do not support the company or the decisions they're making in terms of repairability or open sourceness. I would have gone with Prusa if it was up to me and if it was just a purely emotional decision, but I'm also a business and I have to make money, and buying one more printer from Bambu isn't going to make or break them, so it is what it is. My next printer might be a Core 1. I had a Prusa Mini. I have a Prusa Mini that I've used for a long time, and it's been a great printer for me. But I needed something bigger. I needed something that could print more engineering grade materials, and the P1S was the cheapest way to get there. So I bought the P1S. We'll keep the stream fairly short because, again, I'm not a 3D printing channel. If you have any questions about anything that's not related to 3D printing or that is related to 3D printing, now is a great time to get them in. This will be a good time to just like chat as we work here. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Wow, this is by far my smallest stream. You guys really don't like 3D printing. So I bought the the P1S with the AMS. The AMS was definitely a luxury. I did not need that. The P1S, I don't know, it's probably about the minimum printer that I'm gonna, or that fills all of my needs. The AMS was basically just so I didn't have to manually change out. Those are cool bubbles. They're like hot dogs. My 6-year-olds will enjoy this. 6-year-old will enjoy that. So I have been 3D printing for a long time. I built my very first 3D printer out of a kit off of AliExpress, and I never really got it working. Then I got one of those Raise 3D printers, which seemed like it was going to be really good at the time, but kind of sucked. And then I got a Prusa Mini, which was both cheap and awesome. I never had problems with my Prusa Mini, not once. How do we get it out of here? I could just cut the box. What if I cut the box? So, kind of cut this down the side here. I have some like product development stuff that I'm wanting to do. My primary thing is and will be still be in a machine shop, but I have some products that I want to introduce, and so the Bambu Labs, the new 3D printer, is going to help with that. That was my justification for buying it. And then also, I do use 3D printing a lot for like machine shoppy stuff, for jigs and fixtures. And then also, there's gonna be some videos on this. I plan on investing pretty heavily in automation. And a lot of the automation stuff I'm gonna do, I need 3D printed doohickeys. So for example, you know, I have like these little bases for my Aroa pallets that just kind of sit in here. That's 3D printed. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of those. And there's just some kind of generally things that I need for stuff and things that I can 3D print. I lost chat. Where's chat at? Hello, chat? Come back, chat. I don't know how to bring back chat. What if I close it and reopen it? Hey, okay. Sorry, guys. I could not see chat. My tablet was being weird. I'm glad the mic is right. I'm never going back now that I have an AMS. Hey, Freaky Climber, how you doing? Yeah, stuff and things, that's a technical term. My computer is playing the stream and I can hear an echo of myself. Let me go turn that off. There we go, that's better. Now, the main thing that I wanted was the bigger print area. The second biggest thing that I needed was the ability to print like carbon fiber filled materials. And I think that'll come in handy. Actually, not even carbon fiber filled specifically. Like I want to be able to do ABS and nylon. It doesn't matter if they have carbon fiber or not. That will be particularly handy for the automation stuff where I'll need some more, you know, flexible choices or some stiffer choices and just giving me more opportunity to use the right material. Hey, it's more of the hot dog bubble wrap and these. This is actually really nice bubble wrap. As someone who has shipped a lot of things, this is good bubble wrap. All right. Oh, hey, it came with at least a spool and a half of material. That's nice. Where's my AMS? Is it underneath it? Is it inside of it? Get this off. I still don't really have a plan of how I'm going to get this thing out of the box. Good morning, James. How you guys doing? All right. And for the record, I don't think this is going to be a very long stream. I actually should be really recording a YouTube video right now. But then my printer showed up and this was more exciting. All right, I'm going to move this box over here. Get some of this packaging out of the way. The styrofoam is unfortunately going straight to landfill. We'll reuse as much of the cardboard and bubble wrap as we can. All right, I'll move my printer to this table for a second. And wow, 3 spools. They even gave me orange. Oh, and it's support material. Interesting. And a mouse? Why is there a mouse? And where's my AMS? Okay. This is actually good because this is on their reusable spool things. And I ordered 12 rolls of filament, but only 1 of their reusable spools. So now I can use these, and then I have the spool. So that works out. All right, let's get the printer back over here. I literally just cleaned up my shop, and I'm already throwing things on the ground. Hey, Coco Jumbo. Mouse. Why is it? Oh, it's a mouse kit. So you can 3D print the shell, and this is the electronics for it. That's what's going on here. Okay. That's kind of cool, I suppose. Where is my AMS? I just want the AMS. I assume it's inside here. See if I can get this open. You know, there's probably some sort of quick start guide that'll tell me exactly how to do this. I mean, it definitely looks and feels nice. It's much bigger than my Prusa Mini. Actually, I say that. It feels bigger. I don't think it's going to take up any more table space. So maybe it's about the same in footprint. I'm just going to throw this on the ground and I'll get it later. So I know I'm a little bit late to the party on these 3D printers, but I haven't really needed one until now. There's been a couple times where I wished I had something that was faster, or I wished I had a second printer. But there's my AMS. I hadn't really needed the extra capabilities of the, the bigger, faster, better printers. But I ran into a couple times where, like, I had a fixture that was, it was holding apart for the mill, and the fixture was basically sacrificial, and I had to make like 10 parts in the print to make the fixture was like 45 minutes or an hour on my Prusa Mini, which isn't bad until you need 10 of them. And I had like a day to make these parts, and so the bottleneck was my Prusa. And that was kind of the first thing where I was like, okay, I need a second printer or a better printer. And, Bambu Labs was the popular one. Why does this have carbon rails? I didn't think the P1S had carbon rails. Am I crazy? They're not metal. Is that new, or am I crazy? Someone here with a Bambu, can you tell me? I hope my chat's still working. They are carbon? Okay. Who knew? I thought they were steel. Isn't the P1P steel? I thought that was like one of the big things that made the X1 carbon the X1 carbon. I mean, I guess I won't complain. Actually, I kind of don't want the carbon rails. I kind of want steel rails. I know it adds mass, which slows down print speeds. But I just don't trust the longevity of the carbon rails. I suppose they're always replaceable, but... All right. AMS, how do? It feels like it's attached by something. What are you attached by? There's bright orange arrows pointing to those screws. There's definitely a video that I could be watching on this. Have I mentioned that I'm not a 3D printing channel? I'm just a machinist who happened to buy a 3D printer and figured I might as well do a live stream. So I have a couple of videos that are in queue for you guys. I have my New Year's video, the one that I recorded like January 2nd, and I haven't published yet because it needs a couple graphics added to it. It's edited, but I need to add some graphics. So yeah, sorry about that one. I'll get that one published soon. I also need a video with my Tormach in it this month, and this month is just about over. So I will probably record that this evening so I can publish it tomorrow. And I think that video is going to be about that big job I just did. I did the first third of it, and I'm going to kind of go over everything that went well and everything that went badly, and then I can, it'll be like a lessons learned kind of video, and that'll be my Tormach video. I have a little bit of footage of the machine running, but it'll mostly be about, using the machine and, the actual project itself. The video is not going to be about the Tormach. It'll just feature elements of the Tormach in it. And then I have a bunch of videos that I want to record because I'm going to start getting hardcore into automating this thing. This thing is going to be automated by the end of the month. Maybe not with a robot, but it'll have some sort of automation on it. And I really hope my chat didn't just die again. I can't tell because there's so few people in here. Probably because it's the middle of the day and I'm doing 3D printing stuff on Machine Channel. AMS. Okay. Thanks, James, for verifying my chat was working. Okay. Now, I believe the next step is to remove all of the orange screws. See if I can kind of turn this so that you guys can kind of see what's going on, but also I can still do things. Where are those screws? Those are really down in there. I wish I had like a screwdriver handle for that Allen wrench. Johnny, you were wondering where I was. Yeah, I was struggling big time with a big job. I ended up being about a week late, and that was after I agreed with the customer to push it, I shipped them a partial on the original due date, and then they gave me an extra week to ship the rest of it, and I went a week beyond that. So the customer was not particularly angry. They weren't thrilled, but like they weren't yelling at me. But that job, it went so badly for so many reasons. Oh, Johnny, that was you? Yes, that's because I wasn't able to get that scheduled with you. So I'm very sorry about that. I absolutely dropped the ball. I'm going to blame that on my big job, and I will get that opened back up again in the future. But I absolutely dropped the ball there. And so I decided just to refund you. And as far as I'm concerned, like you still get that class. You paid for it once. You can still have it. You do not need to repay for that. Just send me an email and I'll get you, we can find a time to reschedule you. You get that first class for free because I screwed up so badly. So yeah, I changed my availability on there to like basically give me a month to get caught up before more classes started getting scheduled. I may reduce my availability down to like 1 day on there, so it's not so overwhelming going forward. Is there a longer Allen wrench in here? This Allen wrench I'm using is too short. But yeah, the Fusion classes will reopen. I need to kind of reevaluate how they are laid out and stuff. Like, for example, the idea of it being like for a beginners only kind of class, that just didn't work out. That's not what anybody wants or needs. Ooh, hey, look at that. They gave me a long Allen wrench. It's like they knew this was going to be a problem. So we'll figure that out as we go. Also, the podcast, I know I haven't been posting episodes for that. We did just record one last night. I have 2 more that are recorded but not published, and I will do that when I can. I was hoping to do it today, but I'll probably not have time today. I am talking to somebody about, hi Jacob, I am talking to somebody about becoming a like a social media manager for the podcast. In fact, was that you, Jacob? I only know your Discord name. Which, again, I just need to follow up with him. I have been very effectively dropping the ball on just about everyone or everything. And I'm just now getting caught up with that big job being done for a while. Now, I do have the second batch of that big job that's due in about 2 months, or maybe more like 6 weeks. And I basically need to get started on it now. So I'm just taking a little bit of time to get my act together and to make all the improvements that I need to make it go smoother the second time. But then it's just back to running more of the same. Yeah, Jacob M., that was you? Yeah, I saw that Discord message. I talked to Harrison, so we're good to pay you. You and I will talk about how much on the over Discord, obviously not here. But yeah, I just need to put the training materials together for you. and we'll maybe do like one over, like we'll do it live over like Google Hangouts or whatever, so I can show you and walk you through it, and then I'll also have a training document for you. And by you taking over posting, that way when I get busy, everybody else still has a podcast, so that'll be great for everyone. But I just haven't gone around to that yet. I'm also still teaching the Introduction to Manufacturing class for the Department of Corrections right now. So that's like 8 weeks on, 8 weeks off. And currently I am in the 8 weeks on phase. The bright side of that class is it does cover like the majority of my income. It covers like 95% of what I need to live during when it's the 8 weeks on. The downside of that is one, they don't pay me until 4 weeks after I start the class, which I find very annoying. And two, it takes about, well, if you include driving, it takes about 28 hours a week that I could be spending on other things. So it's not a full-time job. It's about half of a full-time job. But it's still a lot of time that I could be spent, I don't know, tinkering with 3D printers and products. So, and, working on the podcast. Come on, there's like one last little screw down in here. So again, for those of you that are just joining us, I am not sponsored in any way by Bambu. In fact, I am buying this printer despite preferring a Prusa printer. I would have much rather get the new Prusa Core 1. I think Prusa is a much better company. I like their ethics and commitment to the community better. Bambu has obviously shown themselves to not be super consumer friendly lately. And if it was just down to the emotion and my preferences, I would have just waited and bought the Core 1. The Core 1 cost about twice as much as I paid for this thing plus the AMS. And the Core 1 would not have included their equivalent of the AMS, the MMU. Also, it wouldn't have gotten here for like 6 months, and I need this thing like now to start doing some prototyping while I am teaching that Department of Corrections class because I don't need much extra money when I'm teaching. I am going to use that time to do some product development work. To do the product development work, I needed the printer. So, yeah, it is what it is. So Johnny, you were asking about how I felt. I'm not a fan of the anti-consumer stuff. I'm obviously a big fan of right to repair and open source. And Bambu is kind of moving away from that. Hello? Hey, Dad. I am doing a live unboxing of my printer right now, by the way. You can wave to everybody. What? Camera's right there. All right. I probably should have found some sort of instructions here, because now I'm not sure what the next step is. Let's see. Those are AMS instructions. Ugh. There we go. All right, there's stickers. What else is in the print start guide, or quick start guide here? Hi, Scott. So Scott, what are the chances that I let this printer, or that you let this printer convince you to buy the AMS? What cam am I using for? Oh, so this time I am using the backwards facing camera on my phone instead of the selfie cam that I have been using. It gives better videos, and I can see what I'm doing in the tablet. Plus, I'm not moving the camera around, so for this, on this stream, I think it made sense. All right, now we're doing the great entertaining thing of reading instructions on camera. All right, so remove the screws. I did that. Take out the AMS cushioning. These are, does it mean these? These are kind of hard to get out without moving the build plate up. Not that you guys can see what I'm doing. Here, let's swing this around and hopefully don't break the glass door. Get some of this junk out of the way. So there's styrofoam in here that I think it says to remove, but I don't think I can yet. I think I need to move the print bed first. Or maybe it's not talking about that. Remove the cardboard from the tool head and from this little chute here. Okay. There's some Teflon and other stuff. So let's close this so we don't break the glass door. I think it wants me to put the AMS on top. Oh, hey, Stefan. How you doing? You got the P1S and you're liking it? That's good to hear. Oh, hey, Jeff's in here too. You got the A1. I am looking at an A1 Mini as well. There's the AMS. I have a Prusa Mini right now, and I think I could sell that for about 150, maybe 200 bucks, and that would let me buy a A1 Mini. And those A1 Minis are, from what I understand, really good, and they're really cheap. So it would get me a second printer that I could use for just PLA, and you know, if I needed to print something quick and small, throw it on the A1 Mini. If I need something bigger or out of a more engineering grade plastic, I could throw it on here. Okay, now I was under the impression that this thing didn't need the glass lid with it on, but I think that was wrong. So let's go find that glass lid. Not running out of filaments, your main reason to get the AMS, that makes sense. I don't think I'll do a lot of multicolor printing. I did get a spool of the ABS support material, which I don't know, we'll see if I like that or not. But my big reason is just to be able to print different colored things without having to change the filament. And I use so much of this Gridfinity stuff that I want to start being able to color code things a little bit better. And so having the EMS makes that much easier. All right, so there's the lid. There's no hinges on this? Why would they not put hinges on the lid? Okay, so that goes there. And then the AMS goes on top. Okay, and then there's this doohickey back here. Do I just plug? I wish I had a turntable to put this printer on. Yeah. So I think this thing just plugs into there. Is that what the picture's showing? And then it looks like I have some cables, or I should have some cables to connect everything. Yep. Jacob, you're saying the 3D printed Gridfinity is a good idea? Yeah. I need to, and I'm going to talk about this in my whole, I had a hard time with the big job video. But I need to reorganize my tool library and get it actually set up with Kanbans and stuff like that, because running out of the right tools was one of the big problems that I had with that job. And why I was running out of tools is a whole nother conversation that basically comes down to bad fixturing. But if I had a better inventory of tools, that would be much less of a problem. Okay, these are 4-pin connectors. Those are 6-pin connectors. Why? Oh, this is a 6-pin connector. So this one goes from up here. It says I can plug it into either port. And then the other one goes down here. And then this one is a 4-pin that goes from down here, maybe. Down here, there we go, to over here. They have this one being a 90-degree connector facing that way, and this one's like just going straight down. I kind of wish this one went into the bottom there, and then this one went there, but whatever. That's not how they set it up. All right, so that's plugged in there. That's plugged in there, I think. What does that little box even do? Is that where it like cuts the filament? Okay, remove screw here. So I think this is for the spool holder. Is that the same size Allen wrench? It is. Oh gosh, that's stiff. It's bending their big old long Allen wrench. There we go. So this comes out here. And then I need the spool holder. Do I even want to put on the spool holder? I guess I'll put on the spool holder. I can always take it off later. It's a buffer. It allows room for retractions. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So spool holder. I've seen a lot of people print mods to their Bambus that put the spool holder on the side because putting your spool on the back of the printer is dumb in most cases. And so I may do something like that eventually. Oh, that's funny. This is the temporary screw for the spool holder. This is the one I had to remove, and it has Loctite on it. Why would you Loctite a screw that needs to be removed? It's only blue Loctite, but... And these screws fit right through. All right, Bambu. Here, sorry guys, I need to blow my nose for a second. And I can't mute myself because you're all the way over there. Just cover your ears. Okay, so this is the spool. Oh, wait, am I an idiot? Did fine designing it. I just tried to put the screw in the wrong side. Air. So. Don't put the spool holder on or get a filament splitter. Okay, do you know what? You're right. I'm not going to put it on because if I'm using the spool holder, that means that I'm running something like TPU or a carbon fiber filled material. And if I'm using one of those materials, then I'm printing it directly from a dry box and not from this. So there's not any reason for me to have this. So back in the box it goes. You guys are correct. They all have Loctite. Why would you do Loctite on a removable screw? Like a screw that you intend for your, I should put that screw back. Like it's a screw that you intend for your user to remove. Why would you put Loctite on that? It's just a waste of everybody's time. Do you not do TPU from a dry box? Oh, I lost the screw. Where's the longer one? Well, I probably shouldn't use the longer one. I thought you were supposed to print TPU from a dry box. Is the filament path too long? All right, so it says to remove the things I already removed. Insert the LCD cable. I need to turn this back around. Ugh. There's probably some camera angle that makes this work better. I should do it. It's just a pain to feed correctly. Yeah, I have not tried TPU in a long time. And I had a bunch of issues with it, but I have since then learned that all of my issues were because I didn't dry it. And they were just, it was moist. Where'd that screen go? There it is. So that's why I was thinking dry box. I haven't tried any of the really, really soft flexibles, and I don't know if I have a use for those, but the AMS compatible TPU is really hard. That is a hard connector to get to. Is really hard, and like it would just be super, super tough, particularly for like automation applications, which is kind of why I want this. So I need to get this little tiny connector into here, and it's like way down inside this little slot, and my fingers don't fit. I don't want to break the tiny connector. Okay, I suppose that did it. Now what? So now I kind of push it in. Frogtown, you're using a 6-year-old Ender 3? I mean, if it prints and does what you need, like, that's all you need. I've had my, well, I guess my Prusa Mini isn't that old, but it's not exactly a new technology. Is that upside down? That's upside down. But yeah, I needed an upgrade. How do you fit? Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's our screen. What is next? You've been using some Inland 95A, which is pretty soft. Prints great with brand new with Bambu's vanilla slicer. Jacob, yes, I did download the app. I thought 95A was relatively hard. Because aren't car tires like 60A? Okay, and you just put it in a filament dryer. I'm gonna buy one of those like spool holder filament dryer dry box combos that both actively dries it but then also feeds it out and keeps it dry. Are we done? The next step appears to be okay. The next step is connecting it to my app. Oh, that's difficult when you guys are over there. And then doing a test print. I don't know if I want to do their test print. And then Bambu Studio. I guess other than the protected plastic and loading filament and stuff, I'm done. I assume if I do use the app, which I can probably get on my tablet here, and if I do it on my tablet here, it should work fine. I might lose chat, though I suppose I can do a split screen view. Or can I do it from my laptop? I could do it from my laptop, right? Not to do the Benchy. Yeah, the Benchy drama was even more wild than the Bambu Labs drama. From what I understand, the Benchy drama isn't as drama-y as everybody makes it out to be, and it's basically just drama. At least from the videos I saw. But whatever. The Bodhi's the one that looks like a bench, right? I did find that incredibly amusing. I guess I need a power cord. I feel like they're missing steps. Because I'm pretty sure that's my nozzle. Was I not supposed to put the nozzle in the printer? Oh, they put it in public domain? Did somebody buy the rights? I know one of the YouTubers was offering to buy the rights. But I don't know if they ever did that. I think there's a nozzle in there. This must be a spare nozzle, which is actually very nice. I did buy a 0.4 and a 0.6 hardened nozzle, which I don't know, maybe I should just swap in right now. I also bought the hardened gear assembly. But, all right, let's plug this thing in. Can I do the initial setup from my computer, or does it have to be through the app? Do you guys know that? Let me take my pile of trash out of the way. Oh, this is the world's shortest power cord. Pay no attention to my mess of an extension cord here. All right, let's get this plugged in. Power switch. Let's aim it towards you. Do it now. Do what now, Scott? Set it up now? Print now? Change it now. Put the gears in now? Fine. I guess this is as good of a time as any. I have made a mess. I guess we can continue some unboxing, though I'm out of table space. Let me move my Allen wrenches. I should have brought a second table. The tablet doesn't help things any. Don't change anything until it's printing. Guys, I'm getting mixed feedback here. So I got ABS glass fill, orange PLA, orange PLA, blue PLA, gray PLA, black ABS, black ABS, black ABS, one of those reusable spools, and ABS supports. That was my filament. Unrelated McMaster bag with Loctite 480. And then 0.6 millimeter hardened nozzle, 0.4 millimeter hardened nozzle, and the hardened extruder gears. I have made more of a mess for myself. Let's just set those down here. All right, I'm getting mixed messages on whether I should change those now or later. I think I'm inclined to do it later. We'll start what I have, and I hope all that trash is off screen for you guys. Okay, so what if I, on my tablet here, download the, what's it called, Bambu Studio? Because I should be able to split screen you and Bambu Studio? Bambu Handy, is that really what it's called? Install. I guess Bambu Studio is the Prusa slicer knockoff, the slicer. I guess it's just called a slicer. I did not know until the other day that Bambu Studio was based on Prusa Slicer, because Prusa's open source. And then Orca Lab, or Orca Slicer, was based off of Bambu Slicer. I thought Orca Slicer was its own thing, and Bambu was based on Orca. I did not realize it was the other way around. It's probably a good thing that Bambu based theirs. No, you don't need my location. No, you cannot send me notifications. Okay, how do we get you set up? Do you only work in portrait mode? Oh my gosh. Here, what if I go to multitasking? This is what it looks like right now. This is basically unusable. But if I go to multitasking mode, how do I multitask? Wait, maybe this is my fault. Maybe it's not on auto rotate. No, it's on auto rotate. Why aren't you rotating? It rotates back. All right, so Bambu app, not for tablets. Will it let me? It like turns for a second. Why is it doing that? Why is it just not cooperating with my tablet? I should be able to go into multitasking here, split screen that with YouTube. Nope, split screen me. All right, I'm going to close YouTube. Split screen with YouTube. Okay, so now I can read chat and we are in portrait mode over here. Oh my gosh, this is such a bad UI. Opinion of the 1500 versus the Sile versus the Haas Mini Mill. I love my 1500. I processed about, see, it was more than 2,500 pounds, less than 3,000 pounds. So call it 2,750 pounds or so of material in the last 3 weeks on it, and it did great. A screw came loose that I had to put back in, and that was my only issue with the machine through that entire time. It made hundreds and hundreds of parts. They had a lot of material removal in a very short period of time, and absolutely no problems with it. The Siles are proving themselves to not hold up super well over time. There is one right now on Facebook Marketplace for $14,000, which is less than half of what it was new, and they haven't been out that long. So they've had some maintenance and reliability issues. Of course, I am biased. I should be fair. There's a lot of people doing just fine with their X7. It does have a lot more spindle horsepower than the Tormach, which, to be fair, would have helped me a lot on this big project. But I don't know. I like my 1500. I think it's great. A mini mill is kind of a different machine because it's Cat 40. Mini mills have been around for a long time, and they're a very well proven thingy. All right, I need to log into my account, which means I need to open LastPass. No, stop that. This would be a lot easier on my phone. I've lost chat for 1 second. All right, copy my password. Please bring my split screen back. No. Oh my gosh, this app is so bad. Hold on, let me get back in split screen. I can't see chat for a second. Split screen with YouTube, please. Okay, now I have, yeah, Jacob, that one was crashed. That's fair. But a Tormach that was crashed wouldn't have gone down by, 2/3 of the price. Tormachs are super easy to repair. They decided to sell that machine instead of repairing it. Whereas I've never seen a Tormach that was sold because of a crash. So, hey, GB Pipes, how you doing? We're fighting bad apps right now, but I can't type my email. AudacityMicro.com. I can't multitask. All right. So that should let us sign in. I need a verification code. Now I got to open my mail. This is peak content, isn't it, guys? Open my email. I still am just using my email in Hover's online browser, and it's also not the best experience in the world. All right, where's my verification code, Bambu? Come on. All right, there is my two-factor authentication code. For Scott, it's like a 4 out of 10. Okay, now we're logged in. Now I have to hit bind printer again. You can use the camera only this time. I need to scan the QR code, which I assume is on the back. Where's the back? On the printer screen. Does this thing have enough pixels? Yes, I've removed the screws. I am in North America. Okay, there is the... Whoa. Why are you super zoomed in? Okay. Yes, please bind me. I don't think Tormach Tormach's ever going to do a three-phase version of the 1500. That's what you would have to do to give it any more power than it has now. And Tormach's whole thing is they're like a garage machine. So I don't think they're ever going to give it more power. I think you just have to understand that you have to buy the right mill for you. And if you need a whole bunch of spindle horsepower, then you don't buy the Tormach, you go buy a Seil or a Haas. If you need the convenience and the easiness to run and the small footprint and single phase, then you buy the Tormach. All right, we're still trying to connect to the printer here. Oh, Scott, the app is 4 out of 10, but that was my verification code. I was rating my two-factor code, which is a thing Scott and I do. We send our two-factor codes to each other and give them a 1 out of 10 rating. James, you're saying the Seil got stuck in the tool change position and crashed down in Z, ripping the tool out of the spindle and wrecking the tool changer arm. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. On the bright side, it means the casting's okay, which someone was asking about. Okay, we did not connect to Bluetooth. I wonder if it's because my headphones are connected. So what if I tell it to pair? Pair, confirm to bind. Printer's on, right? Oh, do I have to press the pair button? Are you going to connect? Aha, select my Wi-Fi. There's my Wi-Fi. I have to type in my password. I don't know my password. Back to LastPass. What is my Wi-Fi password? Copy my password. Reopen my split screen. This would have been a lot easier if I could have just done it on my phone, guys. Oh, no, I turned on super power saving mode. I didn't mean to do that. No. I am struggle busing through the software here. Go back. All right, now, please open that scene back up. Put in my password. Confirm. I've lost chat because of that mistake. Dang it, when I accidentally put it in super power saving mode, it disconnected the printer. Reconnect, please. Reconnect. And now my YouTube is playing some random video. Where is chat? I'm also running out of time here, guys. Go back. Why is everything fighting me? Okay, wait. Chat, please. Hello? Anything? Work? And we start by bringing back chat. Okay, there's chat. And now go back into multitask mode. Split screen YouTube with Bambu Handy. Yes, I know the device is disconnected. Can you reconnect, please? Back, North America. check the Wi-Fi connection. Please connect to printer. Pretty please, printer. There's my Wi-Fi password. James, chat's working. The app is not working. All right, I have to like reconnect it. Please bind. Pair with the printer. Here's the code, pair. I suppose all of this will be worth it in the end, not having to mess around with thumb drives. That was, all right, there's my Wi-Fi, there's the password. Messing with thumb drives was one of the more annoying things on that printer. Actually, really, it was the only annoying thing other than speed. All right, we're connecting. Oh, name my printer. All right, who wants to name my printer? This is a dangerous game, I know. Who's going to name it? Come on. Someone name the printer. Is my chat still working? Steve. I mean, classic. Oop. Steve. Someone says Bill Nye. How about Steve Nye? There we go. Steve Nye, the printer. Okay, so now we're connected. How do I make it go? Calibration. Okay, so there's calibration. I think I need to move it up in Z first. How do I move it in Z? Can I do that from here? Printer. Because I need to get those pads out. Okay, so let's come back around. Oh, it wants to do a self-test on here. Maybe I have to do that first. Self-testing. And grab the styrofoam before it crushes my fingers. Is that all the styrofoam? That's all the styrofoam. Can you guys see it moving in there? Just send to print, screw calibration. But I don't know, tuning printers is the fun part, isn't it? It's moving. It's still moving. Oh, we're going up and down. We're vibrating. I did forget the build plate. Do I need the build plate right now? You think I can sneak it in there? Do I need to redo the vibration test on the actual table that I'm going to run it at? Or run it on? Does the table affect the, what's it called? Not, the input shaping? Oh, it's singing. Guys, I think it's angry. Can you hear that? Yeah, the build plate adds weight, which will change the harmonics. Does this mean I need to redo it right after Do you think we could make mills do the input shaping stuff? Or like to avoid chatter or something? Could it like measure its own resonances and then use that to block out frequencies or something? Or spindle speeds? That would be cool. Well, we're like a third of the way done with the self-test. Harmonics in Z are less important because it's not moving fast. That makes sense. Oh, new song. Man, that print head does move fast. Well, now I can't really see it moving because the the amplitude's so small. The wavelength is small. Oh, we're halfway. What filament should we